Hi, this is Sergeant Beast Larson with my reaction to Inmate knocks out detention officer. This video came from Ruptly News, that's a tongue twister, a couple years ago. I'm going to play it. It's really short. Point out a couple things. Now, the inmate is walking around and he was instructed to leave the area. Look at the table. He's wandering around an area that's been unsearched and only been present by him. So there could be various weapons inside, under the game pieces, the table, the chairs. See the mop bucket back there, the mop handle. So here comes two detention officers, one with a taser in his hand, pointing it up front like he's the stick-up man at a bank robbery. That's not how you walk up with a taser. Discuss with the telling the inmate something. The inmate didn't want to do it, and here's the end result. Cavalry is coming in here any second. I've been involved in a lot of situations in the prison like this. Used the taser a lot, but I can't say it's ever went this bad. Okay, after those last three guys come running in, then the fourth one comes in and then it stops. Before I replay it, we'll hold it right on here. Now I want to point out, remember the things that I've been talking about. Officer presence. 10 officers showed up, ultimately 11 when the video stopped. If you have 10 officers available to come in, why did you only send two? Two to go in and remove an inmate from an area he was not supposed to be, or he was told to leave. Whoever told him, why is the mop bucket still laying around? Why are the items still laying around in there? So why would you send two? And if you send two, why is the guy up front walking with a taser like this? Hey, this is what you do in the movies. Surely you've had refresher training. You know what a taser is. Spreads, your two-prong spread, 1 foot for every 7 foot of distance, the ones that we carried. So if you're 21 feet away, you have 3 feet of spread. So the best place I found was around 10 to 12. That way I had a little bit more than a foot, so I could get about like coverage right here when the taser deployed. Yes, I've done this a lot. I'm counting my spaces, I'm measuring feet because I want to make sure it works. I want to get them in the right spot. I'm not going to walk up like this and count on a red dot and hope for the best. I'm not going to walk up. Reactionary gap is 4 to 6 feet. If you come up with a taser, they may teach something in taser training at your department, but I guarantee they're telling you to be a lot farther than 4 to 6 feet away when you're going to tase, because it's not going to spread. You're not going to get good circuitry. It's not going to affect them. You're defeating the purpose of what you're doing, and you become show and tell at that point. But you go in and you get to the inmate. You're not going to walk right up and talk and talk and talk. If he's supposed to leave or not have been there and you're getting him out, here's a suggestion. You walk up, you stay 15 feet away, you got the taser in your hand, but not like this. It's pointing like this. You tell him, inmate, turn around, face the wall, put your hands on the wall, spread your feet, kick your feet back away from the wall. If you resist in this or try and attack us, I will tase you. Give him that warning. Put them at a disadvantage. Use your presence, put them in a disadvantage, way beyond the reactionary gap, way beyond that. And the officer without the taser, don't go up and get close enough in his face to get punched either. Better distance. There's no observation and planning in this, obviously. Let's go back to the beginning. So think about this. As they come in, watch this. What if they did tell him to turn and get on the wall, and they stayed a good safe distance, and the inmate decided to go and get on the wall? Then the cover officer with the taser covers him. The other one walks up, pats him down, puts some handcuffs on and remove him in cuffs. How's that for a better alternative to avoid all of this injury? Think about it. There wouldn't be this confrontation. It wouldn't be up close. And don't get 2 feet away from an inmate. Put your hand up there. You can see his hand with the glove on, pointing right in his face, telling him you're giving him what for. See right there when he goes to tase him, he's just a couple feet away and he's moving towards him. That's not going to work. Now you're in a fight, your taser's ineffective unless you're smart enough to step all the way back. So now what do you do? Well, drop, do a double leg sweep, take his legs, get him off from standing up, put him on the ground, get him off his feet. When the backup comes, look at these guys come put the taser in his face and he just goes through them. This is like a Laurel and Hardy version of, I don't know what. Sometimes they've told me, in use of forces, hey, that video looks bad. Or the video, what do you think? You know what I told them? Me walking down the hallway would get 5 out of 12 jurors to think it's bad. They would say, that officer's up to something. He's doing something. Just me walking down the hallway, they're going to think it's bad. You can't judge a video by that. You need to know the facts. You need the information. Let me show you this one more time. Why? Because this is very important. Make a plan. Know your equipment. The equipment for the taser means don't go up and get in their face. Especially not within reactionary or personal space of 3 feet. Where 18 inches called intimate space. A taser gets nowhere near anybody that close. Watch this one more time. Have a plan. Use more buddies than one. They're all right there. Hey, this inmate's out of control. Send in 5 or 6. Have 2 guys with a taser just to cover each other. Called the backup roll. The supervisor comes in, gives the instructions. He goes against the wall. You can put him down on his knees, cross your ankles, cuff him, stand him up, search him, search the area with the rest of the buddies, and then move him back to a safe place. And then when unit managers and wardens and deputy wardens, they ask questions. Oh, this is what we did without incident. Nobody got hurt. Now they have a huge report, a lot of video. The statements are going to be an inch thick because so many people were involved in what they did and didn't do and got hit and where they put the taser and didn't put the taser. See how complicated this can get or how simple it can get. Here they come. Apologize, my finger didn't hit the button right. Just one more time. You have to watch this. You have to think. Take this as a training tool. What would I do? If they send me and my buddy to go find out and we find an inmate walking around where he shouldn't be, you don't have to engage the two of you against him. You can step back, call on the radio, have a couple more, then re-engage with 4 or 5. He's not damaging or hurting anybody. He's just there by himself. So is there immediate need to rush in? No. So think about that. Here we go, one more time. This is tasing, distancing, no fighting technique. The comments originally on the video were about mall cops and a whole bunch of other things that are negative. Glad nobody was seriously hurt. Could have been handled much, much better. We'll let this play out here and then we'll be done. Once again, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, send this to your friends. Talk about this with your coworkers. Say, hey, this is it. Oh, and don't be the officer that comes in, stands right there with the jacket on and the blonde hair and stands and observes and does absolutely nothing. Because there are some policies about that talks about failure to act. Don't be the one coming in standing there not acting. Think about this, how you can improve yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.